some rubber bands and leave my ass alone. Look, I get my money, get my time before I'm gone. Invest in me with morality or leave my ass alone. I'm the prayer that'll save you when your eye level to chrome. Give me space, give me some rubber bands and leave my ass alone.
You are not an OG to me. Hello, how you doing? It's your girl, Nether Goddess, your aura goddess. In today's divine discussion, we're going to be talking about protecting your aura after healing your aura. You want to keep that aura protected. Why? Because you don't want to have to heal again. You definitely do not want to be repeating the same patterns. You definitely do not want to go back all the way to square A after you done made it all the way down to the alphabet, or you done came all the way to EFG, and now you got to start at square A again. You don't want that to happen. In order to evade and escape repeating the same patterns and not learning your lesson, you definitely want to protect your aura. You definitely want to protect everything that you have healed from. And in order to protect yourself from harm, from setting yourself back, you have to tap into your masculine energy. And for those who don't know, you may say, well, ain't nothing masculine about me. Ain't nothing masculine about me. I'm very feminine. I'm a goddess. I'm this and I'm that. But the truth is, no human, no entity can sustain without a healthy balance of both masculine and feminine energy. And we are very feminine. You know, a lot of us know a little bit about that. A lot of us know a lot about that. And there's a lot of people who are balanced. But what I mean by tapping into your masculine energy, I ain't talking about bouncing your balls, holding yourself, or you know how society tries to make men to be these emotionless beings. I'm not talking about the construct of masculine energy. I'm talking about the divine masculine, the roles, the spiritual, the energetic roles, or the energetic makings of masculine energy. And what I mean by masculine energy, I'm talking about structure, discipline, logic. I'm talking about mental clarity, focus, strength, willpower, everything that we would like in our masculine energies. We have to attain it within ourselves, and we have to protect our healing energy, our feminine energy that we have just healed, all of our energy, our whole being, with our masculine energy. And how do we do that? Well, we're gonna sit there and discuss it. Okay? First and foremost, where you want to use your protective energy is standing on business. Stand on business. That means whatever it is that you have to do to protect yourself, stand on that. Setting boundaries and following through on those boundaries, protecting your boundaries, not allowing anybody to cross over your boundaries at any time. You know, I don't care how much you like somebody. Like I said, it don't matter if it's grandma. I don't care if it's a man that you love and he the nigga of your dreams. If that man disrespects you, and all it gotta do is take one time. Whatever your boundaries is, you can give a nigga 3 strikes, but you gotta stand on that shit regardless if it's gonna make you sad, regardless if people around you are going to be upset with you for setting these boundaries, regardless of how it makes you look. You have to protect that by all costs. This is your life. You definitely want to defend everything that you have worked hard to heal from. You don't allow nobody to come into your space and do whatever it is they want to do, okay? It's your life, and protect it. Stand on your motherfucking business. Set boundaries and follow through on those boundaries. Stand on your boundaries, okay? That's number 1. Stand on your boundaries. Stand on business about your boundaries. Stand on business about you. I know for me, whenever I heal, it was like, okay, I don't want to have to go through this again. So I started taking measures for me to never repeat those cycles. For one, I feel like it would be an insult to my work and God's guidance if I were to just keep repeating these patterns. Take for granted, I did repeat patterns. I would do good for a little bit, and then somewhere I'd be like, oh, let it pass. Now, these days, it's like, nah. We not doing that. Like, I'm definitely like 100% like, nah, fuck that shit. Protecting myself, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? The number 2 thing that I will recommend when it comes to protecting your aura after healing your aura, use your logic to guide your emotions. Do not act on emotions alone. Yes, your emotions are important. Yes, your emotions do have a lot to do with listening to your intuition, but you have to remember that intuition needs to be guided by logic. Emotions are temporary, you know, so you have to allow your logic to guide your emotions. Don't act off of emotion. Just because it feels good for this moment doesn't mean you need to hop in the car. It really means that you need to evaluate. No matter how long it takes, you're on your time. You're not on their time. You're not on nobody else's time. No matter, oh, well, the clock's ticking, I got shit to do. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm not gonna do shit unless it's on my liking, unless it's on my timing. And so you can just get the fuck on. Use your logic. Never jump into anything just too fast based off of emotion. Like, oh, it's good now. He apologized and da-da-da-da-da-da and all that shit. Like, use your logic. Think, okay, I know this person has hurt me before, or I know this situation has happened before. Before I just let you back into my life, let me hesitate for a little bit. You need to use your logic and know that this person potentially can harm you again. Don't be so inviting. Nothing that crosses your boundaries should not be allowed in your space, because even when you trust people, even when you love people, you should still have boundaries with people that you love, with people that you are consistent with in your life. So just because you love people, or just because, you know, it's been a forgiving moment, put it on halt. Use your logic. Is this a good situation for me to indulge, to engage in? And if this is what you decide to do, and it's like, okay, well, you know, logically, people can change. It still doesn't mean that you need to be inviting and wait for them to change. You could definitely watch from afar. You don't have to invite this person to your home. Like, you can start with text. Start them back from square A. You can start with square A with them, or whatever the situation is. Keep your aura protected and use your logic and not your emotions. Use your mind. Your heart gonna feel shit. Your pussy gonna wanna do shit. You gonna wanna fuck. But you gotta be a smart bitch. Can't be an emotional bitch. Now, you can be emotional about it in your motherfucking room when it's just you, yourself, and you. But in a motherfucker's face, oh no, you better set the standards. You better use your mind. You better use your brain. Because you don't wanna go back to that shit that you used to go through. The shit that you had to heal from, the shit that made you cry, the shit that made you angry. Protect yourself from it. I ain't saying go hard or go cold, like don't harden your heart. But what I am saying is protect yourself. Protect yourself by all means. Even if it just consisted of you watching a motherfucker for 2 years, but anybody that you want to watch, is that logically a place that you even want to be in? So just use your mind. Just really think. If it's too much thought, don't fuck with it. But just make sure you are guiding your emotions with your logic. And what that looks like for me a lot nowadays is like, okay, I feel like this. I fuck with this motherfucker. I love this motherfucker, but I will not stand for being disrespected. And you're not respecting me. So I'm not going to fuck with you logically. And so you just use your logic to guide your emotions. And that, even though it may be hard, you may cry, you may be sad because you really want to let this motherfucker back in. It could be a friend. It could be a sibling. It could be a man, a woman, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you may be sad about this motherfucker, or whatever the case. You may want to cry. You really wanted to do that shit, get that shit in with that motherfucker. But you know, when you let that motherfucker back in, that motherfucker has the capacity to get comfortable and do this shit again. So just be logical. If there's certain substances, or if it's certain things that trigger you that also is the cause of your healing, always be logical about that too. Don't kill your boundaries, or, oh, I'm going to just do one bump, and you know that you are addict. Just use your logic. Use your logic. Stay within your boundaries. And just think before you do, is this something I really should be doing? Should I really be fucking with that? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that shit had a hold on me, you know? Or that shit was strong, or that dick was strong, or them, you know, drugs was strong, or that hate was strong. Or if I go back into that, oh yeah, I know I ain't getting out. Is that something you logically should be doing? Even though your body may be saying something different, even though your emotions may be saying something different, and it could even be a part of your mind that's like, oh yeah, you know, it's good. But if it's not going to logically make sense. And even it's not always something bad. You may have to go a different route. Like, you know what? I really don't feel like working out today. I really don't feel like juicing today. Logically, but if I do, I'll be creating consistency for myself, or I will get the results that I want quicker. Okay, so you know what? Let me just get over it. Let me just go do what the fuck I gotta do. And unless it's just overwhelming or I can't do it, then I won't do it. But if I can do it, then I'm gonna do it. Allow your logic to guide your emotions. Of course, you want to make sure that you are comfortable. I'm not telling you to ignore your emotions. I'm just saying to allow your masculine and your feminine energy to combine and work together. Let the emotion and the logic come together. Work. Let your logic guide that masculinity, guide them emotions, and say what it is that you want to do. Okay? That was number 2. Number 3, stay grounded and take your time. And I know that I said this previously when I said about using your logic to guide your emotion. I really want to insinuate taking your time, because we live in such a rush society. We live in a society, of course, we see the social media where it's just instant communication, where it's instant food, and we've got McDonald's that's wrapped around, and everybody's looking for quick gratification, fast gratification. And sometimes the quick way ain't always the best way. Baby, take your time. Don't rush. You know what I'm saying? And I know that when it's sparkling, that shit look like pleasure. But like they say, everything that glitters ain't gold. Take your time. Like I said, think. Use your knowledge. And even when it comes to forgiving people, when you forgive people, you don't have to allow them so quickly back in your life because you've forgiven. No, you can forgive people and never choose to deal with them again if that's your choice. You know what I'm saying? If that's your choice. But if you're in a position or a situation where you forgive somebody and you want to give them a second chance, I'm not necessarily talking about like a spouse or nothing. This could be anybody. This could be a family member, you know, I don't know, a coworker, or just anybody, even if it is a man or a woman, your spouse or whatever it is. When it comes to forgiving, allow them in your life slowly. You ain't got to kick it every day like y'all used to. It's like, listen, nigga, I don't know what you about, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna take my time, cause God done gave me nothing but time. We ain't gotta rush shit. And if a motherfucker fuck with you and they had to be forgiven, they gonna fuck with you. They gonna take their time. It's not gonna be no rushing. I forgave you, and so I need that time to see where you standing at, because it registered with me on how I wanted to be treated. But did it register to you on how you should treat me, how I want to be treated? Is that applying into your life like it's applying into mine? Because some people, you forgive them, then they go right back to doing the same shit they was doing. It go right back. It don't even be 2 weeks later. Don't even be a month later. So it's like, you don't have to be so quick to allow people back in your space. Take your time. Don't be even so quick to hop back and do something like an old habit after you've had to heal from it. Take your time. Even if you had to do physical healing and you know your ribs and shit is all hurting and you just want to hurry up and go back into the gym, or go hurry up and shoot some ball, or go hurry up and get in the boxing ring. Take your time. God has given us nothing but time. That's just my opinion. But when you slow down time, you get so much accomplished, and I promise that God is going to work with you. God's timing will always align with your timing. So take your time. Don't be so quick to want to hurry up and rush and do something, or get back in the habit, or trying to rush and do something. Oh, well, you know what? That hurt me, so let me hurry up and rush and try to do this. And you don't have to rush and do nothing. Take your time. You don't have to hurry up and quickly allow somebody in your life. And you know, my favorite quote is, I don't give a damn if that's your mama. If your mama has crossed a boundary with you and it's something that hurts you, you have to take that precaution, that measure, and be like, look, mama, I fuck with you, but I ain't gonna be at the house every Sunday dinner. I don't feel like going. I cook my own dinner sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta be like that. And that's okay, because this life, your life, is about you and your comfort. The first person you need to consider is you. Number 4. This one right here. Trust your intuition and never doubt yourself. And as women, goddesses, divine feminine entities, and just natural feminine beings, we will feel so much shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you have to allow your logic to guide your emotions. But when you feel something is wrong, you really need to evaluate that. Do not doubt what you feel. I'm talking about a motherfucker who's on point, because you know every motherfucking time you done been right about majority of the motherfucking shit. Don't doubt your intuition. If you are a woman of spirit, if you are a woman who follows God, who is aligned with God, then you know that intuition ain't lying about a motherfucking thing. And you have to be careful with intuition, because sometimes we may hear shit like, and let our emotions just be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I feel good, so no. When your intuition saying, bitch, no. That's why you got to take the time out. You got to really evaluate your intuition. That's why I say take your time, because intuition and emotions, they can really get entangled. Emotions is an assistant to your intuition, but sometimes they can collide, you know, because what we want is not truly what is. And sometimes we can go like, well, this is what I wanted anyway, and we're not everything that our intuition has told us. We're just throwing it out the damn window, when you need to use your logic energy. Like, hold up, now this is what God said to me. I know you coming up in here good and all this shit. You want to fuck with me, you want to be in my life, but my intuition, can't fuck with it. Can't fuck with it. Listen to that intuition. Do not doubt yourself by anything. Don't doubt yourself by far. Stand firm in who you are. And a consistent intuition is a trustworthy intuition. Consistency in your life, that masculine energy, is going to build and uphold that intuition, so you don't never have to doubt it again. Okay? And I really bitch, I really care about this. I really care about our women in this motherfucking world, because I know how easy it is for our hearts to get the best of a motherfucker, especially if it's a motherfucker that we love, or if it's some shit that we love to do. All we gonna do is feel that love. That's all we gonna, oh, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love. But you ain't even tapping into your intuition before you was in the same situation again, baby. We don't have to do that. It may hurt to let some people go. It could feel tedious, or will you be like, oh, I just want to do this, I just want to do that. But It may feel tedious to give people those boundaries when you just want to hurry up and do this or love them or embrace them. But you already did that. So you have to take your time with that. Stay grounded. Don't doubt your intuition. Follow your intuition. God speaks to you through your intuition, baby. I believe this is number 5. Protect yourself spiritually. A lot of us, we got that thing on us. We got that reach on us. We may have niggas for bodyguards, but a lot of people are not protected spiritually. I don't know what it is that you believe, but whatever it is that you believe, you have got to make sure you're doing that spiritual work. Not only protecting your energy, but protecting your spiritual energy. When I say spiritual, protecting your spiritual energy, of course I'm talking about like cleansing, praying. Like I will keep saying this: cleansing, praying, protecting. How you can protect, however, if you read the Bible and you say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Say that 1,000,000 times, however, until it's drilled into you to protect yourself. Whatever it is that you believe in. Me, I do believe in affirmations. I believe in altar work. And I believe in crystals. That's one of those are some of the ways that I protect my spiritual energy. I pray, I meditate, I ask, I talk to God. I am constantly, I'm not talking about just one, day. I'm talking about all the time. The way that you protect your body, do that with your spiritual energy. Cleanse, protect, love, affirm, use crystals, altar work. Because I feel like, me personally, is how I feel. Like it's the spiritual world, then you got this world that we know as earth, and in the spiritual world, I feel like sometimes there can be forces that we may not see that can influence us, and you got to be prepared to whoop a motherfucker ass in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all the time, but that's why you take those measures. Especially, you will fight a lot of spiritual entities, a lot of spiritual energies when you are healing, but to keep them up off you, stay guarded. Crystals, prayer, altar work, and staying in touch with your intuition, but also staying grounded. Staying grounded, because you got, no matter how spiritual and how far you are in the spiritual world, you have got to remember that we live here on earth, that we live here in America. So you got to remember that and stay grounded and protect yourself spiritually. By all means, ladies, put your crystals on. That's everything. I really hope that it helps somebody. Remember to be smart, not emotional. You can be smart and emotional, but you got to allow your logic to guide your emotions. So logically, you may have to kick a motherfucker out your life, but emotionally, you're gonna go in a room and cry about it, if that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, you're just gonna have to move on and allow your emotions to be set with somebody who is safe for you. Even if you got to meet a new person, a new friend, a new man, a new mother figure, even if it happens, be hesitant to allow them in your life. Don't be so giving. We can be some giving motherfuckers. The hardest bitch can be the most giving bitch. But we got to be careful, because that's how we get fucked over. Don't you let the motherfuckers into that life just that quick. No, let a motherfucker show up for you. Because you already know you're going to show up for motherfuckers. Even a little that you give. And don't just be giving and giving and giving. And then they come up in here and they just fuck your whole healing shit up. It ain't got to be like that. Protect yourself by any means. Set those boundaries. Stand on business. Use your logic to guide your emotions. Stay grounded. And never doubt your intuition. And protect your spiritual body. Protect everything that you have worked so hard to heal. Because generational curses, generational loops that we repeat, and that actually got to stop. And it's going to stop with you, because you a smart bitch. and use your emotions for the betterment of your life and the world around you. Don't be a dummy, bitch. No, I'm playing. I'm just playing. But I really do send this with love. I really do send this with the intent to help whoever the fuck listening out there. I wish you the best. And so it is. Yeah.